Okay, let's take a look at what happened today in the markets. This was a pretty interesting day, to say the least. Interesting day. So we are going to take a look at Tesla first. We are going to take a look also at the VIX, the stock indices, gold, silver, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and we are also going to take a look at some of the economic data that came out. Let me maybe start with that first. So economic data, non-farm payrolls, payrolls. This is the September numbers, even though we are in November because of the government shutdown. The October numbers have been canceled, and there is no data that people could process. So we have the September numbers. So the September numbers, non-farm payrolls, 119,000 new jobs, non-farm jobs, and the consensus and the forecast was at 50K. And unemployment rate forecast was at 4.3, and it is now at 4.4. So you see this. This is really increasing. And existing home sales are pretty much right smack on the forecast. Let me show you something else that I have been looking at also. So maybe one of the reasons why we are having this move in the market is that, I'm starting to watch this poly market thing. How many Fed rate cuts in 2025? So people were expecting 3. And then it switched to 2. So, we had 52%. This is yesterday. So yesterday we had 52% of people would be, were thinking that there would be 3 federal rate cuts, and 47% said 2. And then boom, it went to 67 people said 2. So, people are starting to discount the possibility that we could have 3 rate cuts in 2025. Because of the fact that the government shutdown happened, numbers are not coming out. The Fed might just say, well, we don't have enough numbers to make a decision, so we might not make a decision and just hold the rates as they are. So this is what people are fearing right here. And this happened, this happened between yesterday and today. Boom, we had a big switch. I don't know if this is what caused what we saw today, but that's an interesting point of data. So let's take a look at what happened with Tesla. So, we closed at $395.23, down $8.76, 2.17% down. If we look at these numbers, we don't think that things are especially bad, but it's the way things happened that was pretty surprising. So first, are we still into our bullish channel for Tesla? The answer is no. The answer is no. Let me qualify this a little bit. Yeah, it's not the biggest break, but we closed lower. We closed lower than our bullish channel support. Bullish channel support. This is the bullish channel. And we are watching that line, that line that has been very faithful. This is a faithful line. We are bouncing on it, precisely on it, right smack on it. And today, we failed it. We failed. So we are closing lower than our bullish channel support. So we are outside of our bullish channel. That's a fact. It's not a big close outside, but it's still a close outside. And but that it does not mean necessarily that this is a short for us. We like to give it the chance to the stock to be stuck into a congestion zone, going sideways, having a support. So this is what we have set You know, this is what we had set. Let me see if it's still right at 396 right here. Let me see something right here. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to move it because of what happened on Tuesday. I'm going to move it to 393.75 just to be sure. So, yeah, we are outside of the bullish channel. But we could still be going sideways. We could still be going sideways. But the way things happened was pretty interesting today. So we've looked at it on Discord. We've looked at Tesla on the 1 hour chart. And all of the other stocks we are looking on the daily chart. All of these stocks. So this morning on the 1 hour chart on Discord, you need to become a YouTube member at the Discord level to get access. So we had set, you know, our plan was pretty clear. You know, if we break above 411.71 on the 1 hour chart, then this is a buy. This is a buy. Well, why? I've explained it yesterday here. Well, because we are into a congestion zone, and when we break above a congestion zone, you know, this is the buyers chasing the sellers. So there's an imbalance in the market, and the buyers are pushing away the sellers, and boom. This is what's happening. So the move happened very fast. It happened very fast. Within the first hour, we already were, you know, the first hour candle closed at 427. So we gapped up. We opened at 414. And yesterday, you know, we closed at 404. So we opened at 414, went as high as 427. So after the 1 hour chart, you know, this was a buy signal on the 1 hour chart. It was such a big extension. The buyers, as I say, were really chasing the sellers. Boom. But then things started to reverse like crazy. So the candle finishing at 11:30 was just a pullback. So that was fine. But then the third candle of the day, boom, we went right smack to where we started. So yes, when we have a gap in the morning, or yeah, this is where it happens most of the time, a gap up is always dangerous because the gap can be filled. You know, it just, the price went up too fast and it often comes down. So at that point, you know, this is what, you know, we could have described what happened as a gap fill. The gap here, and it was filled. And then we continued sideways a little bit above 465 right here, never closing below. But then we started to weaken, started to lose that 465. And look at how perfect the touch is right here. The low of that candle is right smack on our bullish channel support. The previous candle was a little bit lower, but this is so close that I'm still going to call it a right smack on it. And then during the last half hour, the candle is now, well, has closed below. And with the adjusted horizontal support at 393.75, we are still okay. And anyway, it's not a good idea to short something during the last half hour of the day. It's never a good idea because we don't know what is going to happen overnight. So this is, you know, it could work. Anything can work. Anything can work. You can flip a bottle and it can come back down as, you know, upright. Anything can happen, but this is not advisable. So yeah, so it was hardly a short because of the timing, but you know, this is showing weakness. Weakness that we have not seen in terms of this bullish channel. We have not seen this weakness since March. So yeah, that's pretty surprising. Yeah, did we make money on the 1 hour chart? Well, technically we made money on the 5-minute chart, because if we had waited for the 1 hour chart right here, we would not have made any money. So some of us took a trade right here. We've looked at the 5-minute chart. The 5-minute chart, and we saw that, well, okay, we have a gap up and this is not coming down. So some of us started to take positions, and then we sold. Yes, some of us sold right on resistance. I tend to sell a little bit after seeing weakness, because what if it just continues? So I like to see a little bit of weakness before selling and taking profit. So money was made, either here, either on weakness, upon further weakness, and right here at 420 was pretty much the last time we could call it taking profit. So and then it just fell down, stopped briefly for 5 minutes above 411.71, which was our trigger, which got, gapped up over it. But things came back down to 411.71. And then, as I said, settled on 465. And look at this. I'm still amazed. After all these years, I'm still amazed. So look at how a simple line can line up the movement of a stock. This is really crazy. A simple line, just a line. So we came back down to 465, bounced a bit, lost it, tried to regain it, but then look at what happened towards the end of the day. Boom, 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 boom. We started to lose that 465, and we lost the bullish channel support on our way down to 393.75. So emotional day, very emotional day. So let's look at the rest of the market. VIX. Well, look at this. Do I need to explain this? Look at this big green candle, 26.41. VIX is climbing higher. Yesterday, it was starting to come down a bit. VIX was starting to come down. And I need to mention that this is a live. I speak a lot. I know I speak a lot. But if you have any comments or questions, you can leave them here. And I'm going to do my best to answer them. So, yeah, VIX yesterday started to cool off. And, Tesla did not do much, but did we have any, so NVIDIA started to go a little bit higher yesterday. We started seeing some greenish candles yesterday with the cool down of the VIX. But today, look at this. We opened lower, and this was very interesting to see. The VIX opened, gapped down. The VIX gapped down. This is where it closed yesterday at what? At 23.65, and it opened at 20.78. Big move down. Big move down in the VIX. So this is what made so many stocks go crazy, super high. This is why Tesla gapped up. Tesla said, oh, bingo, the VIX is down, things are recovering, the fear is getting out of the market. The VIX is the fear factor of the market. When people are scared, the VIX goes higher. When they are not scared, the VIX go down. And the opposite happens to stocks in general. You can find some stocks that behave differently. But so the VIX, boom, it came down, it gapped down. And continued down. Look at this. It continued down. Boom, 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 boom. So everything was ripping like crazy. Ripping. Tesla was ripping. Yeah, let's look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA had its earnings. Pretty decent earnings. a 3% positive surprise for earnings and revenues. Okay, nothing wrong with that. This is on the 1 hour chart. Boom, it opened higher. Let's go. Full steam ahead. Full steam ahead. But then, boom, VIX started to come down. When did it start to come down? Started to come down, you know, at it started at 10:30. So the candle right here started at 10:30. So at 10:30, started to go up. Started to go up. Then at 10:30, does it fit with what happened right here? Bingo, right smack on it. So Tesla at 10:30 said, okay, well, ooh, the VIX is coming down. People are getting scared. People are going to pull to start selling and not buying. This is going to shift the balance. The tug of war between the buyers and sellers is going to shift. And this is exactly what happened. So exactly at 10:30, when the VIX started to go higher, and then an hour later, even higher, then boom, boom, Tesla. And if we look at NVIDIA, well, NVIDIA was already starting to come down on the first hour, but look at the second and third hour, super down. And, you know, we can look at other stocks, you know. The move is like everywhere. The move is everywhere. Almost everywhere. You know, we have Federal Express. It ended the day higher after a nice move up in the morning, but still came down during the day after that 10:30 thing. So wow. So wow. And now we have VIX at 26. And it was not as high. It was around 26 October 16th. Let's take a look at Tesla October 16th. No, Tesla was not impacted too much October 16th. S&P, no, S&P was not impacted too much. But now stocks are impacted quite high. So this is, yeah, VIX caused this. So interesting to see how, well, what is going to happen tomorrow. Let's now take a look at the stock indices. So the stock indices, well, Dow Jones is, well, big red candle, 0.84% down. It is into its congestion zone. So now it is supposed to go sideways like this. So the bottom part is at 45,210. So we can reach that at any point in time. And we should be bouncing on it. This is what the support does. It's supposed to make us bounce on it. So this remains to be seen. This is what's supposed to happen. And there's no momentum. Technically, there's no momentum. This is in free fall. There's no bullish momentum in Dow Jones. Look at SPX. SPX is not looking as good. Not looking as good at all. We have some support at 65, 51, 46. You know, this held September again, October. Look at this. Boom, right smack here. October. And now we are closing below. So, yeah, sorry, I was reading a comment. So we have broken support. So breaking support is never good news. It's not a big break. Just like Tesla, it's not a big break, but it is a break. So this is a concern. This is a concern. Dow Jones does not have the same break of pattern. As I just said, Dow Jones, this is where the support is, so we still have some room. So pattern-wise, Dow Jones is doing better than SPX. Let's take a look at QQQ, and I like your comment, backstage tattoos. So you said I saw QQQ start to go down, but Tesla was holding strong. So I said to myself, if I see it at 420, I'm going to sell. Ended up selling at 421. Yeah. So yes, the VIX gave us some clues as to what was happening with Tesla, and QQQ is the same thing. So QQQ, look at this. This is the congestion zone that we had yesterday. We had that congestion zone yesterday, and we touched it, you know, pretty much the same as SPX. Boom, we have a break there. So QQQ is not looking good pattern-wise. We have broken lower than support. So we have two that are not looking good. Nasdaq still okay, like Dow Jones. I'm gonna use this one right here at 23,964. This one here, this one here. This is a double support. Sometimes it stops a little bit higher than the real support, which is at 23,964 right here. So because of this double support, I'm gonna use 23,964. So this is not a break below that support. So this is still holding. I might remove this one just to remove any confusion. So Nasdaq is still good. Nasdaq is still good. Dow Jones good. Nasdaq good. QQQ no. SPX no. Russell no. Russell just broke that horizontal support. So you know, so Russell, the next stop could be 2170. So we could be having a little bit of a market, I don't want to call it a crash, because right now, you know, this is just par for the course. You know, we have that support that was holding since September. So, you know, anything that goes away and comes back to that support is fair game. But when we are losing support, this kind of far support, you know, the resistance right here is at 68.77, and here it's at 65.50. So that's 400 bucks on, no, sorry, that's 500 bucks difference. So that's a big move down, and it's a big move down back to support again. But now that the support is gone, where can it go down to? So that's the concern. That's the concern. And if we take a look at the weekly chart, let's take a look at the weekly chart. We are effectively zooming out. We are zooming out, and we see broader patterns. So this is the broader pattern that we see. Big bullish channel since November of last year. Moving up. We came outside. This is the V shape, you know. This is the Trump crash, I guess I should call it. The Trump crash, the V-shaped rally. This is the V-shaped rally. Now, this is what Tom Lee is talking about. The most hated V-shaped rally in history. Well, this is it. V-shape, boom, boom. Okay, the V-shape is gone. And now we were continuing along, moving along the same bullish channel right here. Now we are with this move we have today. But, okay, with the move we have today, if the candle stays the same, because this is a weekly candle, the candle is not completed. It's going to be completed tomorrow. So if this candle stays the same or worse tomorrow, we are going to have a break outside of this bullish channel, weekly bullish channel. And guess what? Stochastic below 60 at this point. So stochastic above 60 is a momentum indicator. If stochastic gets below 60, things tend to fall. And stochastic has not been below 60 since April of this year. So April of this year became over 60, and what happened? We had a nice run. Nice run while it was above 60. Boom, we have just lost this. So because of this, we'll see tomorrow, because the candle again is not completed. So we are going to see tomorrow if maybe we are going to start coming down. I don't know. I'm just watching. I'm just watching and seeing the triggers. Have they triggered or not? My sound keeps cutting. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. So yeah. So this is what is happening. So this candle does not look good. We'll see. So stay tuned. We are going to check tomorrow after the close, after Friday, to see how it happens. So is it better, or because I see the sound meter and it seems to be okay. Anyway, I cannot change mic. So okay, so this is for, thank you. Thank you. And thank you for telling me that the sound was not doing good too. So okay, this is for the stock indices. Stock indices. So let's take a look at gold, silver, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Gold holding pretty good. So we are still above 30.57 right here. 30.57. We had a move up. We came down, retested it, and we were going a little bit more detailed, looking at the 1 hour chart. And remember this, we draw this resistance line at 31.10, boom, 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 right smack on it. We have a hard time staying above. I'm going to say that. We go above, we come down, go above for 1 hour. Only 1 hour. 1 hour, and then we come down. So we are right smack on it. So, there's not much momentum behind gold yet. Would you buy right now? Well, you can buy right now. You can buy right now. Put your stop loss just below 30.57. Right here, this line. You put the stop loss below, and then you should be okay. This is not financial advice. Physical silver, the same thing. Still into a bullish channel. So the trend is good. The trend is good. So you can buy right now and put your stop loss just below that bullish channel support right here. So at 16.25. So that's an okay trade. If we look at it in more details, it's still the same thing. It's having a hard time breaking above 16.85, and on the 1 hour chart, it is even weakening. This is higher than 60, the stochastic, and now boom, 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 this is going lower. So I prefer gold to silver, looking at the pattern, but technically on the daily chart, both are still valid plays. So this is surprising also at the same time, because when the stock market tends to go really badly, the gold and silver tend to do well. They tend to go well, but now they don't go well as much. Okay, the last two. Bitcoin. Well, Bitcoin is not doing any better. We are at 87,000. So this is what we had mentioned. Once we had lost 98,000 right here, we said the next stop is 88,900 right here. So we have reached it and then some. So we are a little bit lower. And why did I pick 88,921 right here? Because this is where we used to stop in the past. We used to not break above that number. So that resistance right here became support for 2 days this week, and it's losing that support today. It's losing that support, but there's always another support somewhere. So if we take a look at this right here, if we take a look at this support line right here, so this is really a bullish channel. Each time we have a support line, we can do a channel out of it. So this is part of a big bullish channel. So we are right smack on that big bullish channel. So now today, not before today, but today I can entertain the concept of Bitcoin reaching the bottom today, because this is, you know, a bottom means that we are going to reach a good support that is going to hold us up. So I've heard this week people say, well, oh, we might be reaching the bottom. We might be reaching the bottom. Yeah, okay, we might be. But here at least we have some evidence. So we have some evidence. So now, because we have reached and look at this, you know, I cannot make this up. That line was there. Well, it has been there for weeks, if not months. So we are just right smack on that line, right smack on it. So now we can entertain the possibility that we have reached the bottom for Bitcoin. If we break lower, then the bottom is not reached and we are going to find another bottom. But so far, this looks like a decent chance that we could rebound on this. If not, we have other support at 80,000. And if not, we have a major one. We have a major one at 53. So Fred agrees with me. Thank you, Fred. So that's interesting. That's interesting. So this is kind of a positive news amongst the others that are not too positive. And let's take a look at Ethereum. So Ethereum, so we lost 3,057 not too long ago, right here. And we were very zigzaggy about it. I mentioned it yesterday, very zigzaggy. And now this is clear. We just took a notch down. The notch came down. Next support it is 27.34. So we are almost there. So that would fit. That would fit. Bitcoin is almost, well, no, sorry. Bitcoin is right smack on support, and Ethereum is getting extremely close to support. So maybe both of them are going to really bottom at the same time and move up at the same time. So we need to keep watching this. So far, there's no bullishness in either of them. Stochastic is at 6. It needs to be at 60 to show us some bullishness. So there is no bullishness at all. This is like falling down on support and staying there for now. Maybe tomorrow this is going to start bouncing and eventually it's going to show us some momentum. But right now there's no momentum there. So yeah. So what should you do about this? What should you do about all of this? Should you buy Tesla stock? Okay, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Should you buy Tesla stock? Well, should you buy Tesla stock because it's low now? Well, my way of doing things is that we can buy on support. This is a riskier buy, but we can buy on support because in the past, support is where buyers used to come in. Today, I don't advise it because support is going bye-bye. You know, this bullish channel support is gone. Yes, it's not gone big in a big way, but it's gone. So I would say no. What we had said was, in order to make sure that we are holding and moving away from support, we needed to have a threshold that we needed to break, and that threshold was 411.71 on the 1 hour chart, and it was 410.25 on the daily chart. So I would personally wait. I'm not into Tesla right now. I will personally wait until I see some momentum go up. I see some momentum, and right now I don't see it. Should you sell Tesla if you already own it? So this is a very personal decision. I don't know your financial situation. If you think that Tesla is a long-term play and in 2030 it's going to be at $5,000, sure you can keep it. If you are playing it a little bit more short-term, we need to wait until tomorrow to see what is going to happen. But I think if we continue down, there's that 372, 360 zone that is still a support. So once a stock gets outside of a bullish channel, it tends to go sideways afterwards. So the sideways move will be between 360.65 and 393.75. It's going to be right here. So I don't advise people to sell when the bullish channel is broken, like it seems to be today. I don't advise selling there because the stock could just be going sideways. But once it shows us that it does not go sideways anymore and starts to go lower, then I was going to make a rude gesture. But at that point, this is the time to get out, in my opinion. If you are more of a shorter term trader or a trend aware investor. A trend aware investor is somebody that does not want to become a bag holder when a trend changes direction. So a trend aware investor after 360.65 would get pretty fed up with the move down. Voila. So this is what I would tell myself. So thank you guys. And let me just check briefly at the weekly chart of Tesla. So we are right smack on that bullish channel. Stochastic just below 60 on the weekly. This is pretty much like SPX. So things are definitely weakening. So what is going to happen tomorrow if SPX, so watch the VIX tomorrow. Watch the VIX. If the VIX goes any higher than where we are right now at the open at 26.41, then we should be expecting further moves down. SPX, this is a very important stock index. SPX, so it has already broken lower than 65.51. So if we open back up tomorrow, then maybe things are going to recover. If we never recover that 65.51, then this is going to be bad news. It's going to mean that this is continuing, and if SPX is continuing, others are going to follow. And 65.51.46, I know I'm not kidding with that degree of precision. I'm not kidding. 65.51.46. This is exactly where we are stopping. Exactly. And you can look at the dates. October 10th, October 14th, September 17th. You can look at those dates. 65.51.46. Round numbers are not really, they are sometimes important, but we should not only do resistances and supports on round numbers. So, and last one, September 10th, 65.51.46. So I'm going to leave you with that number. So thank you for interacting with me, mentioning comments and everything, so I don't feel as alone here. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. We have a private Discord server for our YouTube members. YouTube members at the private Discord level. So we are checking all of the other stocks on the daily chart here. We have so many stocks that we are looking at. So even if Tesla is not doing good, well, right now, not much is doing good, but saving money is as good as making money. So right now we are saving our money because we are seeing stuff that does not look interesting. So we don't get in with the risk of losing something. So not losing is as good as winning. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you like what I do, you can become a YouTube member. Click on my TradingView affiliate link. I'm going to wish you a great evening. We are going to talk tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.